So this is what everything is looking like. The Celosias are still going strong, but they are flopped over. I could show you one of the stems. See how big it is? That's gonna be a big one to pull out. Plus this one, and here is the hibiscus, and there's even some baby Celosias that reseeded, so they're trying to come out too. Maybe I could repot them. I don't know, but yeah, this is what everything is looking like. And then over onto the other side, I digged up all of the mums. I'm gonna repot that also. And all of the flower pots are put in the back area. There is the hibiscus, the other one. So they're put right back there. And then that little detergent sheets is to help the deers from eating it. And over here is the other hydrangea. So that net is to prevent the deers from eating it as well. And here is the front, so it's all bare. So what I'm thinking of doing next year is putting 2 canna lilies right here. Keep that same celosia drift from over there. Burn it right here. And then in the middle right here, I'm going to put either a coleus or put the roses in a pot so then I can rotate them. But since, and then up top there's what I changed over. So that's what it looks like. That's what it's looking like. And I'm gonna take that coleus and take it inside. Hopefully I can winterize it. So since everything has to be digged out, I will repot the Forsythia and put the big pot right here so it can cover this gas meter. And then in the springtime, the Forsythia should get all the sun that it needs. It will bloom yellow, and on this corner right here, my daffodils and tulips will come out. So then it will look perfect because it'll look like, you know, you already have a spring interest of flowers showing. So Forsythia right here, tulips right here, tulips right over there, and the 2 rows will be right in front here. And once it's done, I'll just move the Forsythia back, and it's gonna lose all its leaves, but it'll be the first one to bloom in the winter time, and that way I have an all year round blooming cycle of flowers. So Forsythia, tulips, then hydrangeas all the way down to the daffodil, down to the dahlias and hibiscus and sunflowers and mums, and hopefully I can get a camellia, and that way the camellias can bloom from November to December and we will be good to go. But oh yes, let me show you guys. This is what we're going to be looking at in the springtime. All the zinnias are done. The banana leaves are, kind of dying off. So hopefully I already put a mushly grass right there. So when it gets big, it's just going to cover up this situation right there. And then I can put the other 2 mushly grass right here. And then when spring comes, we'll just have our row of hydrangeas blooming all the way up to the hill. So you can see the green one, then there's one behind it, and then I'll put 2 more, and then the other 2 right at the side of the hill there. So that's what we're looking at, and that's my dad's little makeshift greenhouse thing he built. But yep, everything is done blooming. Everything is done. And for next year, I want to have, hopefully these come back. So I'm going to get some tiny, smaller canna lilies to complement this banana tree. And I think that'll look good. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, jeez. That's the peony bush. Well, I guess that's it. It's dead. All done. And this is what this little circle looks like. So I got a greenhouse, and this is what it looks like. I will link the description down below, but it seems to hold a lot of my plants and it's keeping them really, really warm, especially like inside. I have all of the hydrangeas in here, the pansies, the mums. I think I have like 6 mums. My paste lily in here, which I might bring inside, and then like the roses and the azalea, and um, I'm gonna use this to keep the plants nice and toasty and warm. And I'm just gonna stuff it in there. Like I'm gonna wrap pack everything in here so that they can be nice and warm. Here is the blueberry bush and the dwarf blueberry bush, and you can see the azaleas, the hydrangeas, and I'm looking for the rose. I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere right there. Somewhere in there. Somewhere. Yep. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pot up my mushly grass. I'm pretty sure they're root bounded, but I want to get them potted up. And then I have the 2 hibiscus, which I had put in here, but I'm gonna switch them out and put them in these 2 containers. And I'm going to put my Forsythia in here so that my Forsythia can get all the sun that it needs and it doesn't spread wild, because I have to contain it because it will spread wild if I don't. So I can just put this and it could be like a front display for the open area that is bare right now. And that's what I'm going to do. Just going to repot 2 hibiscus, 2 mushly grass, and a Forsythia. And this is what everything looks like right now. I did some raking, and you guys can see my hydrangeas are getting really big, and you can see my ligustrum and 2 azaleas over there. And I'm just gonna repot this. It did rain last night, so I just finished raking, but the other day I did the leaf blower option instead. So I'm waiting for one more rainfall just to get these leaves going. And let's get started on some repotting. I think by Wednesday it's gonna be 30 degrees, so I just want to get everything potted up before it gets started, before it gets cold. So I finally got this thing out, and it is tall, really, really tall. It's almost like the same. Whoa, this thing is tall as me, sorta, kinda. And it's already putting on buds, as you guys can see. Look, it's already putting on buds. So, and the roots are really thriving, as you can see. They're getting in there. And one thing that I read was that this is high maintenance. That I think it has runners or something like that. So I don't want it to. I don't want it to get wild. So I'm gonna have to keep it in a container. But as you can see right here, you can see how long it is. It's tall as me. It's tall as me. Definitely, it's tall as me. See how tall it is? And you can see this area is very shady. So I definitely wanted to get lots of sun. So I'm gonna take this and put it in the pot. So my hard work is all done, and voila, my vision. You guys see it? So that's what I did. I put the pansies, kept them in a pot, and I've underplanted them with the Forsythia. You guys can see how tall it is. Like, you see that? Perfect. And then the other pansies are up there, and the other two that I have left, I could just stick it right in the middle where that pot is, because I'm going to take that out. So this is what we are looking at. Perfect for the winter. And if it gets too cold, I just pull them out and put them in the greenhouse, because I kept them in the pot just because I am worried that that Forsythia might tangle itself in between the pansies. And this is what it looks like. Perfect. So once it gets really bushy, it's gonna fit this spot really well, and it'll be perfect for the winter time. And then that's what the other side looks like. So once these are gone at the bottom, I'm just gonna have the focal point be that, and maybe I might have something to go right where behind this hibiscus. But usually we use the socket right there in the back to put the Christmas lights over here and on here and over there. So it's perfect. That's why I put this hibiscus here, because I know we have to walk back here. So it'll be perfect just to cut it off when it's done and then get back there to get the cord and put whatever. But I can always put I mean, I think I should just leave it bare once it's bare, because we do have to get back here to get the Christmas lights. But other than that, if a pot goes there, then it'll fit well. If it doesn't, oh well. But this is what everything looks like. I can say end of the season, and my idea worked. So it works out perfectly fine. And when spring comes, I could just wait until it's really warm and until things are really grown, and then I can move it. So once the things are establishing themselves and getting bigger, then I can move it and everything will be fine. So this works out really well. I've been really wanting to get something to cover up this area so I can see it in the future. Once it gets bushy, it's going to fit well right there, and there aren't going to be any implications with the gas line being right there. So I'm all done, you guys.